I'm going to talk about the reality of our country, Honduras. Well, let's start with talking that Honduras um, is one of the poorest and most unequal countries in the world. Most of the people live in extremely poverty levels and live only on the money they get in a day. Poverty has been reduced a little, but extremely poverty has increased in rural areas since 220 and in urban areas since 2018. And in general, Honduras has a fourth highest level of income inequality in the entire American continent, which is worrying. It means there are more and more poor people since wealth is distributed among few people. In addition, COVID-19 made our country poorer, even more, of course, leaving thousands of people unemployed. And worst of all, a country where violence finds shelter and gets into every pore of Honduran society. Youth, youth gangs and maras control these neighborhoods using extortion and violence against anyone who doesn't obey their rules or who doesn't pay the tax they demand. They deal in drugs, a drug that they get from the mafias that also dominate the country and that are already turning into a narco state. They have stolen so much from us that they have even stolen our fear. That's a really sad phrase, and this kind of phrases resonates in a country that without being at war, sport higher homicide rate and than places in conflict like Ukraine and Russia. And San Pedro Sula came to be described as most dangerous city in the planet. In addition to street violence, drug-related deaths, and that's really so. Imagine you have a foreign friend and they ask you where are you from, and you tell them I'm from Honduras, and they probably will be like you're you're from the most dangerous country in the world. I personally will be feeling so sad. The Honduran government has opted for a mining extractive policy with which thousands of hectares are privatized, including some that do not belong to them, and everything just favoring foreign investment in the name of economy that they carry out completely with their backs of the society development and community rights. Many of Honduras indigenous communities native of these lands of many years are being expelled of its own lands. That's really sad. Another problem facing the country of impunity. It is almost always difficult to prove that a murder has been premeditated and with very specific mastermind. And at the end, there is always an infallible excuse for the police or local authorities. It was a crime of passion, and it is that here the security force always have some kind of link with organized crime. And the growing situation of poverty, inequality, violence, and impunity in which Honduras has entered in recent years make its population more vulnerable and double option, um, which is staying in the country and run the risk of being killed or going hungry. Hold on as you can, waiting for the better times, or go to north, probably to United States, and in search of an opportunity. and a better life for your family, probably. Many have already done that, and in fact, remittances, or known as remesas, are the main source of income in Honduras families. People who decide to go to North in search for a better life do so in small groups or alone. Each month, between 300 and 400 people under the age of 30 took that option in Honduras. And we can conclude that the reality in our country is very sad because although people love their country, they cannot live in it due to the insecurity and lack of employee, and the governments do nothing to help the poor. And thank you for listening to me, and I hope you have understood a little of the reality of our country, and have a nice and blessed day. Thank you so much.